Sponsored by 666bet.com.
Gets the cue then.
Come on, Mr. Director.
This is James Helder for the Cassius and Helder Show. I'm at the Punch Gym in London today with me.
Cut.
What?
You have to do it like this, my friend. I want you to look at the cameras right there and like this, and then, you know? Come on.
Can't work like this, Don.
And action.
This is James Helder for the Cassius and Helder Show. I'm in the Punch Gym London today. With me, I've got trainers to Derek Chisora, Don Charles. What's happening, Don? You all right?
Always good, my friend. And yourself today?
I'm very well. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for having us down in your gym today. First chance to have a look around. Nice premises you got here, mate.
Yeah, I like it. It's a little bit different from our previous gym, as you know. It's got higher ceilings, more airy.
Can you tell us a little bit about how Derek's preparation's been? We got a chance to watch a little bit of his sparring today. He looks in great nick. Can you tell us how he's doing?
Yeah, you know, it's a natural progression now. It's a second week of our sparring for this fight with Fury. And, you know, in every session we look for something to address some of the things that we need to do. So, yeah, today we did a little bit, and tomorrow is another day.
You once told me that you was in danger of Derek dropping out of the Premier Division of heavyweights in the UK. We're probably 18 months on from that conversation now. Where would you assess Derek is at this moment in time, Don?
Top 4.
Top 4?
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah. In the Premiership.
How far do you think a win over Tyson Fury come the 29th of November can lift Derek up? Because obviously that gets him the shot to challenge Vladimir Klitschko.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, look, that's where we're at, you know. Let's call it the playoffs, right? Where we are at the moment, win that fight, which we intend on doing so. Yeah, that will elevate him to become mandatory for the WBO title, which is held by Vladimir Klitschko.
At one moment in time, Derek Chisora was probably the most controversial character in British boxing. Tyson Fury seems to have taken over that mantle at the moment as of late. Do you think Derek's matured with his age?
Yeah, I've always, it's been well documented, you know, in the last 18 months to 24 months. Derek's matured in a lot of ways, and I'm glad because, like you said earlier on, Tyson Fury is going through what Derek Chisora went through in the last few years, you know. Again, he too, some fighters never snap out of it. He too, hopefully, eventually will clean up his act. Listen, this defeat will do him a world of good. That's Fury, that is. After he's been beaten, to your beating, you have then that will help to humble him up and to become very reality and get rid of all the, I believe, in my opinion, a lot of yes men around him.
Last time these two guys fought, Tyson was 22. Derek was still fledgling in his career. He came in a lot overweight, has been well documented. Can we anticipate a more high-energy fight this time around?
Oh, without a shadow of doubt, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm still embarrassed as a coach to accept and admit that I let my guy into a ring in that shape. I didn't want to, but no excuses. Nevertheless, we went in there to try and defend our titles. You saw what happened. His work rate wasn't there because, you know, he shouldn't have been in that ring. Not taking anything away from Fury. He wasn't to know. He's a 22-year-old guy, fearless at the time. Because, you know, when you're at that age, you're kind of fearless, you know, because you don't actually know. It's almost being naive. You don't actually know what damage can be done to you. So that's every young person. I'm sure, I'm not saying you're old, once upon a time. You know,
easy done.
You know, when we were all young, I don't know if you used to play with your friends, you know, you find the highest brick wall you can find and you play like daring, who's going to jump off it, yeah? So when you're young, you don't think of the consequences that you might actually break a leg, hurt yourself, but you just do it because you're young and naive and innocent. When you get older, when you look at that wall, you think, damn, I used to jump off that wall. You wouldn't dare do it when you're older because you're wiser, aren't you? So that's basically how I would explain what, let's say, we all go through. And Fury he's a human being. He's going through that, and hopefully one day he will mature. He'll be more fearful this time because he knows pain. Because what is he, 25, 26?
25, I believe.
Right. So he's now matured. He'll be think twice. When he's in that ring, it's a different mentality. Yes, he's more matured as a person. He's got his man's body. But mentally, he'll be more fearful because he would have now known what damage that can be done to a person. He'll be more fearful, more cautious.
In your opinion, has Derek still got that hostility, that fire, that anger that, let's be honest, people like to tune in to see Derek was a bit of an enigma outside the ring as much. Do you think he still carries that fire?
Oh, most definitely. That will never leave Derek's system. That's in his system. That's what makes him who he is. Yeah, what we've managed, and him, listen, regardless of what everybody might say, it's Derek Chisora has to make a decision. Do I want to become a better person? And I believe he's managed to achieve that outside the ring as well as inside the ring, yeah.
Billy Joe Saunders versus Chris Eubank Jr. is kind of overshadowing the main event in a lot of terms of getting the press, of a lot of build-up for the fight. Do you feel as if that's the case?
That may very well be the case, and so what? So what? You know, it doesn't matter. Listen, sometimes it's beneficial not to be always in the limelight or on the headlines. You know, we're just gonna get on with which is what we're doing presently. Getting on with the job ahead on the 29th. You know, we don't care if Chris Eubank Jr. and Billy Joe Saunders is overshadowing this big fight. These two big fellas, Fury and Chisora. Fury and Chisora is a big fight on its own. It's just a fantastic bill to have the Saunders and Eubank Jr. As well. But no, we don't look into whether it's overshadowing. No, we're just getting on with what we're doing. We're professionals.
When this airs, I believe we're going to be probably 4 weeks away from fight night. How far from the final to the final week will you guys stop sparring? We've taken into consideration Derek getting an injury in sparring for the build-up of the last one.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, every camp you learn, every camp you tweak things, every camp is never identical. Yeah, there's always going to be a change. We make that assessment as we go along. It's not written in stone. Yeah, if we achieve what we want to achieve leading up to this fight early, then we assess it. If we haven't achieved it, we also will assess it. So it can never really, it's not written in stone. It's something that's flexible. It's flexible.
Last but not least, how confident are you of Derek Chisora doing a job on Tyson Fury come November 29th?
I'm always a very confident man. Nothing's going to change from that. And I believe, and really do believe this, it's our turn, you know. It's our turn to go and get revenge on Fury. Because remember, I'm always giving football as an example. He's 1 up. It's half time. He's 1-0 up. We've got to come out in the second half, yeah, and equalize it and win. And I believe we will win this fight. And I believe it will come by the way of KO. Derek Chisora will. I'm telling you now, he will knock that guy out because the guy is believing in his own hype, and that's quite dangerous.
Well, listen, Don Charles, I can't thank you enough for having us down in your gym today. It's really appreciate you talking to the Cassius and Elder show, mate.
It's always a pleasure, my friend. And I always sign off. I never stop when you stop, do I?
You always carry on.
I always want to say congratulations to yourself and your business partner there, Kugan Cassius, because I see where you guys came from the beginning, and you've worked and worked. It just shows you hard work pays, and I really, really mean that. And hard work does pay. So to any of you young people out there, starting anything you want to start in life, and you have that belief. These two guys, James Hilda, Kugan Cassius, are the living proof. Yeah, if you believe in it and pursue it and work, the work ethic, you guys are still grafting. You haven't stopped. It's very possible.
Thanks, Don. I really appreciate that, sir. As I said, I'm humbled by those comments, and thank you very much.
Thank you to you.
James Holder with Don Charles for Cassius and Elder. Thank you.
The Big Fight, sponsored by 666bet.com.